everyone. We're going to open up for questions. So if you have a question for Don, go ahead and raise your hand digitally, and I'll call on you to unmute yourself. Ask Don anything you want. And while we're waiting for people to raise their hands there, Don, with the operator you're raising money for, are you willing to just raise for whatever markets that they are in because you trust them enough that, hey, they get to decide the market, they get to decide the property? Or do you have a preference like, hey, anything on the East Coast I'll raise for, anything on the West Coast I'm not going to raise for, whatever that sort of buy box is?
Yeah, I always keep my options open. This is who I'm doing now, but I'm not saying I'm not going to ever partner with anyone else. It's just been my path so far. So, yeah, I've been going where they're going. I do my own research. Dave teaches emerging markets, so I can research it enough where I'm comfortable with it, but I trust them a lot just because of their background and because I know them so well. But it's funny you say that because I had to go to Phoenix. That's one of the markets we have stuff in now. That's a pain in the butt to go all the way across the country. I teach all my students. But you're going to go where the opportunity is sometimes. So if the opportunity's in, I do go in there. I know a lot of people in the market. But over the next year and a half, depending on what comes up, I'm going to focus on the East Coast because I want to get there. Hey, one morning I want to get there because I do go to check out all the properties. I do invest in every single property I do a fund for. I want to be able to get there 2 hour to 3 hour direct flight. So then I can get out. I could go in the morning and get back in the same day if I have to. I probably wouldn't do that, but if I had to, I could. We're going across the country, forget it. That's a nightmare, especially now with the airlines the way it is. So watching it for Thanksgiving, I'm watching everybody and all the delays. I'm like, yeah, East Coast, 6. Time's focusing more on the East Coast.
That's good. All right, is it Sapta? Go ahead and mute.
Hey Dan, how are you? I hope you're doing well.
How you doing?
Doing well, and thank you for asking. I'm actually a 19-year-old.
Well, congratulations. I'll tell you.
Thank
Sorry about
you.
that in a minute.
Yeah,
Congratulations. I commend you. I wish I
yeah.
started at 19.
So I actually here's my situation. I started
Mhm.
at 17, and so pretty early to the
Wow.
game. So with my parents buying their primary residence when I was 17, I was interested in real estate before and after that. Gotten to know commercial and residential. Trying to get my license right now, as well as working with a professional like Matt and Alex Kaufman and some of the bigger names, Grant Cardone.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I have two main questions. Number one, what type of things can you recommend for a 19-year-old going into their 20s, or what do you recommend just as a starter? And number two, as far as the real estate market is coming to correction as of right now, I know it's the best time to invest, but where should you morally focus on? Because I know residential is very risky on those assets, even if it's a duplex or triplex, and commercial normally is not, with the office space not being that investable and people
Mhm.
pulling out of the office space area. Where do you put your money into, and where do you like position yourself?
Yeah. There's two great things right now, I would say, and obviously multifamily is one of them. And the reason for that is everyone needs a place to live, right? You want to make sure the market dynamics are there and it's a diversified market. And look, there's been a lot of oversaturation over the last few years, overbuilding in markets, and that's okay as long as it's getting absorbed. But I would say multifamily markets would be one of the best ways to do that because also when you look at the affordability of housing, there's a big gap right now. So a lot of people have to live in the multifamilies. And so that's one space that I would say RV parks, another great space, because I think over the years, as money becomes tighter, AI comes more into play, that people are going to start traveling by car versus plane and take vacations to the campgrounds. So I think that could be another great asset right now. I'm always commercial, unless it's a healthcare building or with doctors. I think that's always going to happen. But anything else, retail and stuff, since Amazon's been here and everything online, that's a concern. People might differ or have different opinion on it, but that's how I like to look at it there. But I'd say multifamily and RV parks would be the two main ones to mitigate your risk against that. Now, being 19, what you're going to be able to do is leverage off your partners. And if you're raising money can be a little bit more of a challenge. You can leverage off your parents' network or people, your aunt, uncle, people that you know, because they know them and they know you. Obviously it's a bridge, but then you leverage off your sponsor's credibility. And so that way you're not going to buying this yourself. You have
Yeah.
partners, you have experts and so forth. You have an attorney, you have CPAs, you get a team behind you. You have a professional management company. So all those things you leverage off of can really help you with building that credibility that you might be looking for.
Yeah, I'd like to add a little bit more to that because
Sure.
over those 2 years when I did start my research in real estate, I have created a network. I have, I believe, a contact of 23 real estate agents in the Austin area and then 5 in the San Antonio area. I moved to San Antonio a few months ago, and then I have another one at Reno. I'm trying to buy a property there, but as with the Vegas market and with all that gambling and all that that's going down, it's slowing down a lot.
Way ahead of your time, I'll tell you that. Understanding all those dynamics, being diversified is one of the a diversified economy is one of the best ways to mitigate your risk. Obviously, you can get a big pop sometimes if one of the industry has a big pop, but you could also have a big downturn too, and that would be good. But go ahead.
Yeah, and then also I'm in this, like you mentioned, I'm ahead of my game in the stock
Yep.
market as well. I am investing in REITs, so Realty Income. Vicky's kind of boiling right now, but Realty Income. So is that I would say a great start to that, or would you recommend doing more?
Yeah, I'd rather get involved with a sponsor directly. I think you'll learn a lot more because I call my students learn while you earn or earn while you learn, right?
Yeah.
Because now you have that personal relationship with somebody, you can grow with them as much as you want to. And if it's one off, that's what I love about this business. You don't have to stay with someone forever. All of a sudden, you partner in a couple of years, you're like, you know what? I think it was great for my first one, got my foot in the door, but you always keep your options open. You're always up leveling. That's the way I always try to be up leveling, whether it's a CPA, attorney. You're going to be growing, have people grow with you. Sometimes you outgrow people. I would say you get more experience that way versus a big REIT.
In closing, I'm actively working with Matt and Alex right now and trying to work with Grant as well. So 3 people there I'm trying to work with. And then I have my contacts with real estate agents and attorneys. But thank you so much for doing what you do right now. And I really do appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thanks for getting on there and you're inspiring so many people. And let me tell everyone a quick story because everyone might be saying the same thing. I was at an event with Dave, one of my first ones, and that's what happened. He said, "Who's the youngest in the room?" He used to throw shirts out to everybody. And the kids stood up and I was just getting started. I'm like, oh my God, I missed the boat. I'm so far behind. And then he goes around, who's the furthest away? And then the last thing he said, all right, who's the oldest in the room? Guy stands up with his cane. He's 85 and he's just getting started. I'm like,
Wow.
I got 50 years on that guy. So your
Okay.
time is whenever your time is. But congratulations for having the foresight, the entrepreneurial spirit, and get involved with the right partners to grow. And that they want to teach you like almost like co-op along the way. And that's really how you can grow. And then you can mimic whatever they do and break off and do your own.
Yeah, just one more question to that. My parents are the traditional route. They work the 9 to 5 kind of jam. I would say I am the first in a while to
Yeah.
go my own way. Both of my grandparents were business owners. They've seen the ups and downs of businesses. And unfortunately, for all 2 of them, they have unfortunately failed. And with that experience, my parents are drifting me towards employment. And I know that is a very dangerous ideology because number one, with AI, it's very unstable right now. And number 2, you don't know when you're let go. I've read Robert Kiyosaki's books and all that.
Dad, poor dad going on,
Yes,
right?
I have. And so my question to you is what kind of experience and what kind of advice do you have for me? Because I know my route, I know that how can I communicate with my parents in a timely fashion and in a pursuit of just explaining
I
that.
know what you're saying. What you want to do is set goals and hit them.
And
Yep.
because whenever I do that, like whenever I talk to them, we always get into an argument of, oh, this is better, it's safer, and all that. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what advice do you have for that kind of mentality?
Yeah, stop having the conversation because they're coming from two. You're not going to convince them. That's what they're used to. Then maybe that's what their background and grew up and what they were told. So go out there and do stuff. And even if you had to do something, you're young and do this on the side. Everyone's doing it on the side, and that comes to see me. They're 50 years old. They're working 60, 70 hours a week and trying to get this going. You're way ahead. So if you ever had to do that and get some income coming in, maybe to satisfy them, even if it's part time, then focus your rest time and do things. Do what you say you're going to do. Hit them. Introduce them, make some good contacts so you can introduce them to your partners that have been successful, and that might help along the way and make it a little bit easier for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah, and I'll add to that too because I have two boys, 18 and 21. So they're right around your age. So if you, just like Don was saying, you set goals and you go to work on your goals, that's the only thing you need to share with them. If and when you share with them, you don't need to convince them. You don't need to do any of that. Hey, here are my goals. Here's what I'm doing to take action toward my goals. As parents, as long as we know that our kids have a clear path to achieving what they want to achieve, that's way more important to us than exactly what they're going to do. And I
I'm
think
pretty
most
sure, yeah, they know my goals and plans. That I believe that they still believe in the fact of, oh, working 30 years and becoming a millionaire is a reality. But in this
yeah.
case, no, it's not
Yeah,
because,
and don't even bother convincing them otherwise. No, that's
okay.
fine. You do your
Yeah.
thing. In the chat, I put a couple links for you. Okay. So the first link I put in is to Rob Beersley. Rob owns Lone Star Capital. They have over $700 million asset under management. He's only, I believe, 27 years old right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So when he started when he was 22 years old. So it's only been 5 years. Already got over 700 million. And then another link I put in the chat for you with the Donis brothers. There's three of them. They're young like you as well. And they've only been in it for, I think, about 3 years or so, but they're doing great things in the multifamily space. So I put those people specifically because they're young. You'll be able to connect with them, relate to them a lot easier. Yeah, and if you do want to show your parents, especially show Rob, amazing success story. But all right, thanks, Sapa.
Thank you so much, Tim and Don.
All right, BK.
Hi, Don. Hi,
DK.
Tim.
DK.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. So
Nice to
first of
see
all,
you.
Don, you're my coach. So I just want to say you are the best coach ever. And
Thank you. I
yes,
appreciate
and
that.
we have another LOI got accepted. We are signing another
Yes.
PSA.
Yay.
They had one at UP too. Great job. They're on stage at UP. They're on Shark
Yeah,
Tank.
we were,
Yeah.
yes, but this is our second one, so that's good.
Congrats.
And yeah, we are on the right path just because of your coaching system.
Thank you so much.
It
That's really
all
nice to you.
belongs to you. And I was just going to say the other young guy, and it's never too late. I started this when I retired this month, this year.
Yeah, but you built it in the background. You built all your
Yes.
admin stuff. You got all that stuff preparing for your retirement so you can hit it. And you did. You got 2 LOIs out and 2 deals. The first one under contract and this one. Thanks for
Yes.
saying hello, BK. And definitely reach out. Reach out
Yeah,
to me.
definitely. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
BK. Yeah. All right. Hillary, go ahead.
Hi, Tim and Dan. Yeah. So I
Hello.
have a few questions. You saying that you also raise capital for Class A asset as well. I a little bit late into the meeting. So how can I have to be part of your team in order for you to help raise capital, or how it works?
Yeah, I have fun like Tim sets up and Tim teaches on is people can be part of my next fund. If they want to get into Class A, then I do the same thing is I'm bringing people in that want to raise funds with me for those types of properties.
Is it like I have a project class? Is it it had to be your project, or can I connect you with my project as well?
For me to raise money for your project? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. Right now I'm in the middle of 2 raises. So maybe down the road we can chat and consider that. I would say right now I don't have the bandwidth to even think about it between things I got going on with my educational business, but take down my contact information and feel free to reach out down the road.
Yes, I will reach out to you, will email you and text you as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you for your
Nice meeting you.
time
You're
so
welcome.
much.
My pleasure.
Hey, JR, go ahead.
Hey, Don, I'm going to miss
Hey,
you. I'm going to miss all the referrals that you're giving me for the underwriting. People are
Oh.
saying, hey, Don referred me to you. I'm like, what? Thanks, by the way. Now that I don't
Yeah.
have Jenny in the background saying, hey, what are you doing this for? Are you charging? No. But
That's
anyway,
funny.
before I get to you, let me talk to that kid, the 19-year-old kid. I just want to praise him a little bit. And then at the same time, for the CRE that he wants to get into, FlexSpace is also a good one because of the AI that's going on. If a lot of you guys here in the platform right now, and I'm not saying you guys are in the more traditional space of mobile home parks, storage space, and all that stuff, but FlexSpace right now is gonna hit the roof here soon, because what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years is that storage is going to be the number one thing, and all these data centers are going to need storage spaces. So flex space is going to be the next it thing. With that being said, kid, get into the flex space. If that's your thing. But Don, hey, I want to get with you here in the next future. I know you said you have a lot on your plate, but I want to run something by you because there's a couple of things that I'm looking at your underwriting, and I want to see if there was some way, somehow I can elevate that a little bit, or maybe put something into it, and then we can work something out together.
We can chat. I'm always open to chatting.
All right, awesome, great, cool beans. Thanks so much.
Nice seeing you. Yeah, you're welcome. Nice
All right,
seeing you.
JR. Thanks, buddy. All right, I don't see any other questions since we're gonna wrap up this part of our interview, and then we'll put you guys into your breakout session here. Don, thank you so much for being on our show today. Really appreciate you. Yeah, you've been a huge amount of wisdom and knowledge for all of your years and doing the business yourself as well as mentoring so many people. I want to publicly, I don't know if anyone ever done this for you, but on behalf of 1,800 plus students that you have coached, I acknowledge you for the difference that you make in all of those lives and their families, and who knows how many generations that has impacted because of your coaching and your mentoring for them. So really kudos to you, and thank you so much for your generosity and your commitment to your student success.
Well, thank you so much. And no one's ever done that before. So you're the first. And I really do appreciate that because I take a lot of pride in the coaching. I love it and love seeing that's how we get rewarded as coaches, right? Seeing people be successful. But just know, everybody out there, success isn't just getting one big deal. Success is not just business development, it's personal development. My goal was always to leave people in a better place than when they started with me, whether it's being more that all the skills they built personally, organizing their time management, so they could be successful in anything they wanted to do. And so look at all those different success. Don't get too caught up with the end goal. Always celebrate your successes along the way, but really appreciate you saying that, Tim. I was honored to be on here and do this. I am really excited about the new partnership and you now being the running RE mentor and what possibilities it could lead to for us and for everybody else with everything that you're going to add to the RE Mentor program. So thank you for being willing to take that on because I see it as a big growth opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Don. Awesome. Okay. Don, if you're still available, we're going to be putting people into small breakout sessions. You're welcome to stay on and join us in those breakout sessions. If you have to go,
yeah, I can for a little bit. I love to for a little bit, and then I do going to jump on to another call. But to start out the next 10 or 15 minutes, I can do.
Okay, perfect. Let's do a group picture with Don real quick. Everybody,
group picture.
Turn on
How
your
does that
camera.
work?
Yeah, turn on your cameras. We're gonna do a group picture real quick.
All right. Okay. Yes. Look at
and
everyone
Don,
hiding up. Yeah.
We flex for our group pictures on this call.
All right. Flex too?
Yes. There you go. All right, guys, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay.